Should I do what I did? And we got some things to say.
That's completely up to you, bro.
I'll feel like I'll reach into some sort of bag.
Okay.
All right, that is the wrap of UFC 325. Green Man and Gray Man are here. We're here to go ahead and review. I believe Green Man is live in Sydney. By the
Yeah.
looks of it, I believe it's the Opera House out there.
What can I say, dude? Green man's a rich man, full of greens. I eat my greens.
Yeah.
I make my greens. You know what I'm saying, sir?
Damn. Okay, chill.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel you.
Now
It's
let
a
me tell
chill
you
Sunday.
something real quick, Gray Man.
Put me on,
This
slime.
beautiful place to be at, dude. I've never seen a view as great, as beautiful, as charming as Sydney, Australia.
Hey, trying to get a sponsorship.
I wish I was there.
Nice. I mean, to be fair, you know, I was this a must-watch card? I would
Yes, let me
say.
tell you, it was a must watch. I was so
Okay.
hyped coming into this one. I literally was like, oh, I can't wait. I loaded up the prelims. I loaded up the prelims.
Good.
Bro, who the fuck does that? No one, right? Anyways,
Someone who loves the road to UFC tournament. That's who.
and that's one thing. I didn't know those fights were brought to UFC. And then
I should have figured.
I'm watching them because I got hyped off the prelims, not the early prelims, but the prelims and the main card. I was hyped.
Mhm.
And so I said, you know what? I want to ride this wave. Like a part of me really thought this was gonna pop off, and you know what ended up happening? And I started doing other shit during those fights, dude. I started not paying attention. Why? Because I got bored out of my mind.
You
Now let me
know,
tell you this, Gray Man.
um,
I wish I could have my time back. I wish I never watched those prelims. I wish I wish I napped longer. I literally woke up to watch them, and I regret that. I wish I can get my sleep back. UFC refund
I
me my
respect.
sleep, please.
We got stuff to do. The UFC, it's precious time. You got to commit a lot of time to these events. That's why I'm glad they start them an hour earlier now.
That's great, actually. I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you, UFC. Thank you, Paramount. Thank you, Paramount.
But as with most road to UFC, it's a crapshoot because it's essentially either get a cool knockout or it's a decision or a submission, I suppose. But
Yeah,
in this one, just a lot of specifically, back and forth fights. There
yeah,
was one of them that was a pretty cool comeback win, though. We'll talk about that. We'll probably just rapid fire through the
yeah.
prelims here, but I do believe we had some scores. We had a little tally from our prediction, Mr. Greenman.
All right, Mr. Gray Man. As we did our last prediction video, I tallied up the results. Now,
Okay, so we'll go in order here. So we'll figure out who did what here because Aaron Tao is that one was called off. Brother did not make weight. He what was that?
oh, like he did not make weight, so I was like,
I see.
I meant to do this, but you can't see my other hand.
Okay, okay. I thought you were like being a DJ or something. But
Oh,
okay, I
shit,
like it. Okay. Nah, but yeah, he tried the old DC towel trick. Did not work out for him, and overweight. So that fight off. So that prediction is void. So our first one would be Mr. Lawrence Louis and Sulangambo.
Now, real
Right.
quick, so you want to go one by one?
I mean, yeah, I'd say just because, especially if we're just gonna go rapid fire these early ones. I'd say.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Breaking news. These predictions are sponsored. Sponsored by who, you may ask? By the mysterious Gimp and Gibby.
Oh yes, sir, dude.
Let's get a round of applause for Gibby and the Gimp. Yeah, whoever they are.
I see. I'm the gimp. Nice, dude. But
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
we'll start it off, dude. Lawrence Louis and Sulan Grambo. Lawrence Louis just was the better fighter
Yeah.
overall. Sulan Grambo was picking his shots, but Lawrence Louis was just having more takedowns and more shots. So brother won an easy decision in his home nation. So who picked Lawrence Louis, Mr.
We
Green?
both picked Lawrence Louis, actually.
We're some
We
smart men,
both
Mr.
picked
Green.
Louis. We're both 1-0 at this moment in time. We're both happy. I'm just excited to take the lead at this point.
Well, so far we're tied, but
Yeah.
I guess you're saying that. I guess I think I know who I must have picked here. Which, to be fair, Gelé Sebastian was actually looking pretty crisp in
Yeah?
his striking in those first two rounds. Brother was up 2-0, but shout out Nakamura for a Hail Mary knee sniping a win.
So this is one of
Becoming
those. Oh, go for it.
He's the third Japanese guy to win the featherweight, or not even featherweight, just road to UFC or whatever. They were hyping that shit up a lot.
Yeah, this is the one I tuned out. First of all, I tuned out of all of these. I'll be honest. But then I had to rewind it because I heard the commentators go, "Oh."
July's striking is crisp.
Yeah.
He trains with Volk, obviously, and he actually has a very clean striker. I was impressed, but you know what? It's a game of rounds, and
Yeah.
it's also a game of if you get dropped, you're down too. So Nakamura with that snipe, I was impressed. So
It
I'm
was pretty
assuming
cool.
you pick Nakamura.
Actually, you picked Nakamura.
So I'm up 2-1, I guess. Yeah,
Green
let's
Man
fucking go.
picked Delay, dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, that was looking like a good pick.
dude. Oh, but yeah, you picked the Nakamura. I picked Delay, and that's how it goes, dude.
I'm up right now, right?
Yeah.
So lead me into this next one, Greenie.
All right. In this next one, we have the Frogman versus the Buddhist, the Buddha.
I think it was Street Buddha. Yeah,
Street
Street
Buddha,
Buddha.
yes, sir. So for this one, I cannot tell you what's going on. I just know that shit was boring. I tuned out. I picked
Mhm.
Frogman. Um, Mr. Greyman picked Don Mar fan. So as of this moment, I'm 1 out of 3. Greyman's
Yeah,
3 out of 3.
what can I say, dude? I had a feeling they would put a lot of these guys who are hometown guys in winnable fights,
Yeah.
especially if it went to decision. But Dom Mar has some pretty crisp striking, but like I'll be honest, I don't really see him lightweight division. Like he'll be a person. Will he ever be top 15? I couldn't tell you, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go on to the next one. Another 3-round decision. We have Con Offley and Yiza.
This is
Now,
the
Great
one that
Man.
I personally knew to turn off because you tuned out of the whole early prelim basically, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
This was the specific one that I knew I could tune off in, and I perfectly came back right as the decision was being announced,
Really?
Mr. Green.
Okay.
And everyone seemed shocked at the decision that Khan won.
Oh, really?
DC and Bisbing seemed to think Yijia won. Yijia thought looked on his face like he got robbed, but
Mm,
he's a hometown guy, or not hometown, a home nation guy. Because yeah, if you're from Australia and they're in anywhere in Australia, you're just an Aussie, right?
you're that guy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I guess shout out Khan. Looking at the fucking Tapology breakdown here, he absolutely got Yijia just dominated everything. So I don't know.
You don't know?
If you actually watched the early prelim, then shout out. But yeah,
Yeah.
Khan Offley, I don't even know why he's in. I guess his nationality. That's why he's in the UFC. But he's already just like fodder.
Yeah,
Bro
because
is the definition of fodder. So go for it.
nah, I picked Yiza. You picked Offley. I'm 1-4 at this moment in time. You're 4-for-4, which is kind of
Feel
crazy,
good
dude.
about that.
I was
Like
counting
that.
the tally up, and I was like, damn, bro, okay, okay. And it
This
only
Green
gets
Man,
worse. It only gets
Green
worse.
Man might be lucky. The Gray Man is around, bro. I got that analysis on deck, bro.
Yeah, I'm just here for the
I know
vibes,
what
dude.
thing it is. Oh well, aren't we all, right? Shout
Yeah.
out. Make sure to
The,
like and subscribe for the vibes.
uh, did you see that thing with the 40K tournament with the Marvel Rivals? Where the women were like,
Oh,
we're here for our vibes.
dude,
And
I
this guy
fucking
tried to
hate
win.
that.
They called him broke, dude, for wanting the money for college. That's crazy.
It's funny too, and it's just some slight tangent, but that was essentially back in the day because I'm a little old green man.
Oh,
What
are you great, man?
guys,
I couldn't
how
tell.
guys thought girls would be in gaming, but for a while girls were just pretty chill. But now it's like this fucking bullshit is now in, and so the prophecy's been fulfilled almost. It's
Yeah, it has.
sad to see. We can all do a little better, so go for it.
All right. Starting off the preliminary card, not the early prelims, the mid prelims. I gotta tell you, great man.
Wait, okay. You don't realize how hard you cooked because yeah, mid prelims is spot on.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we started off with Mikolev and
Yeah,
Oban Elieta.
it
And
was a little better than mid actually,
yeah,
but yeah.
I actually watched this fight because I was. Alright, so I'll tell you right now, we both picked Mikolev. So we both got that dub there. Oban Elliott, I was hoping to see him win though. I kind of want to see him
Me
win.
too. I was rooting for
And he was
Oban.
doing good in the beginning, and I was like, okay, but it just slowed down after.
It's clear, just like his last fight, he's susceptible to the grappling game,
Yeah,
and I respect him for going out, But yeah, you're really gonna have to work on that, Oban.
yeah.
If you can't grapple at welterweight, who's the champion of welterweight, Mr. Green?
Islam.
Yes, if you can't grapple at welterweight, what are you're not you have no future. So
Pretty
yeah, if
much,
that's your weakness, good luck, Oman. So we both got a point there, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. And then in a
Gang, gang.
submission, yeah, Elliot was hitting the pace. There was at one point where Mikalev literally threw punches that I looked at him, I'm like, dude, this is like literally a combo string. Like, dude
Yeah,
pressed the buttons and just finished the combo even though it wasn't going anywhere. And that shit
true.
looks silly as fuck. Straight out of tech, I'm
I
telling you.
Yeah, but shout out. He got it done. He figured out he can get to the ground and got that nice fucking rear naked, and it was wraps for Oban.
Yeah. All right, going
What
on
do you
to
think of what do you think of Mikolev's call out?
what do you call out?
Called out Mr. Neil Magny.
Oh, did he? What the fuck?
I
That's like
believe that's a good person to call out if you're a younger up and comer.
that's
That's what I
true.
would say.
I'll give you that. I
You
didn't.
you definitely a win against Neil Magny is pretty good for a resume. Like
Yeah.
not even joking, like unironic.
Oh yeah, he's a
Good.
gatekeeper, dude. If you beat him, then you're up.
Absolutely.
You're up there.
So, hey, we'll see if Mikolev's got a future. So, on to the
Definitely
next
will.
one, Mr. Greedy.
Next one we got Malcone and Finney. Now this one was a banger, straight out the bat.
I
We
was
both knew.
impressed with Malco, man.
Yeah, we both knew this was
Yeah.
gonna be fireworks, dude. We both knew.
Well, it's a Torres Finney fight.
So what do you expect, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yep, yep. Yeah, Jacob came out fucking hands up, hands thrown. Finney was just, doing
I
his
guess
thing.
Malcoon, he's been out for personal reasons. This is his first fight back in like fucking 18 months or
Yeah,
2
they
years,
kept
something
saying
like
that in
that.
commentary.
So, you know what? Shout out to him. It's an impressive way to come back in the middleweight division where certainly someone with active hands is always appreciated.
That's true.
Middleweight could always use more people with active hands.
Yeah, and for this one, was it boring? Yeah, it was. I'll be
Well,
honest.
it's a Torres Finney fight, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about apparently he tweaked his leg early?
Oh
What do
yeah,
you think about that?
shit happens. At that point, it just sucks. I mean, obviously, if you want to quit, you can. Props to him for not quitting and sticking it through. I liked his coaches though. I really liked how his coaches said,
They
"Don't
were
tell me
keeping it
shit."
real, bro.
They said, "Don't tell me shit
Like,
about
yeah.
it." You know?
But what did he do? Proceed to not do the
Do
game
shit.
plan, and I just wonder if that's because the leg was so compromised he couldn't shoot a takedown. Because Torres Finney, you might as well call him Torres Finneyov. That's his particular method of fighting. So the fact that he kept it on the feet the whole time was just a stunner. It
Yeah.
was basically like how Paddy kept it on the feet against Justin. The whole like you're not playing to your strength like at
Right.
all,
Yeah.
and you're gonna lose. So Greeny, who gets a point here?
Greeny gets a point.
I would have picked
Yeah.
Torres Finney. Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's
You
something I
picked you
would have
picked
done.
Finney. I picked Malcolm.
Yeah.
I got the point there. At this point, I lost track, so we'll get back
Respect
to it.
to respect to Finney's durability because there was a few times that Malcoon would have
Oh
put away
yeah.
lesser comp. So
Oh,
shout out to
100%.
Torres. He gets a little tough points for that, I'd say.
It
So
was his
shout out.
first loss, and I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
just didn't want to give. He doesn't give up. Finney's a dog.
No. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the fact that he didn't shoot at all. Because you're right, he is a dog. I just wonder if he can't.
I
Like
see.
his leg was just that compromised that he just could not. So
Even if he
maybe
tried, I don't think it would have went anywhere.
it'd be interesting to see how their careers would go. And maybe in a couple years we see Malcone Finney too.
Maybe.
Shit, we'll see. But yeah, cool. Sorry, Greek Man gets a point, dude. Let's
Green
fucking
man's
go,
on the
dude.
board.
Let's get it.
All right, this next
Get
one.
it.
This next one. This next one we have Roastin and Brundage. Now for
I
this one,
guarantee you, we both picked Roaston, didn't we?
we both pick Roastin.
Because we're not stupid. Sorry, Cody. I respect your grit, dude, but yeah, when Dean Thomas is getting the call in saying he feels bad for your head coach, that's not a good look, homie. That is
Yeah,
not a
was
good
bad.
look.
To be fair,
Yeah.
they started pretty good. Like
Yeah,
I was watching
he's
that.
a dog, bro.
Yeah. He was doing his thing in the first round, and I thought, I'm like, okay, he might win. Part of me was kind of worried about my pick. I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
but we got it.
Yeah, Roaston, his striking looks pretty sharp. I don't really see him going anywhere so far. How old do we have? I think he's actually the same age as Brundage, so they're both in their early 30s.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Roaston's another one. Like I don't see him getting ranked, so
You don't see
he
him?
might. He just it's middleweight, brother.
Yeah.
Like middleweight has some hard comp, dude. And
Guess we'll see.
Brundage, I guess Brundage is someone you have to beat, kind of like how Asakura lost to Elliott, right? Like if fucking Roaston loses to then you're certainly not anything. So
True. Like,
It is what it is. Shout out to Cam, but yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna be one of these. We bring him out mostly on the Australia slash that hemisphere
yeah,
cards, more or less.
yeah, it was a.
Speaking speaking of fighters that are only in Australia cards, Mister Green,
Mm-hmm.
looking like a Junior Taffa. I was gonna say Justin, but no, that's his brother.
It's a little bro.
Against son of Susie, Billy
You
Elicana.
you would hope that one of the tops would get a win at this point. Hopefully, you know. It's been so long since either one of them won.
I appreciate your spirit and love of the game, dude, but they're only around because like, if Junior Taffa was American, he would have been cut a long time ago, dude. Like
That's true.
straight up, dude. That's the Aussie fucking juice right there, and that's exactly where you bring out a guy who's 6-5 now in Junior Taffa. I
Yeah.
can't say he looked bad.
I mean, no, he looked good.
Yeah, he had some good striking, man. Like he made Billy Elicana be like, all right, I gotta respect his power, you
He
know.
looked leaner too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they were saying on commentary. DC was hyping, like, yeah, I was so much healthier at 205. I felt so much better. Like, yeah, when you're actually a healthy, disciplined person, you tend to feel better. What a surprising turn of events.
There you go.
But Billy's a dog, bro. Billy's a dog. I've been on my radar for a little bit here, and I do know that the UFC wants to push him, which is why I guarantee you I picked Billy Elicana.
We both picked Billy.
We're smart for that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both got that pick. We both get a point, and you're still in the lead at this point, you know.
I think so,
Now,
because if we're tying a bunch, you're not overtaking my lead. So I think I see where this is going, Greeny.
we still got
Run
five.
it up,
We still
Greeny.
have 5 fights left, bro. We don't know yet. We
You're
don't know
not
yet.
wrong, dude. You are true, dude.
All right, the main
Although,
card.
if I know anything, mate, I know I fucking picked me a little Quill and Sal killed, mate.
You did pick Quill and Sal kill.
What I picked the minus 1200 favorite? Really?
Is he actually?
What a surprise!
God
Yeah,
damn.
highest favorite on the card because Jamie was filling in.
That's true. Yeah, I heard
Who
they
was
said
he
that.
supposed to fight? Chinese fella Zhu Rong. I'm not sure what happened to
Don't know
him.
who that is.
It was essentially they were because
Feeding him up.
if you look at Quillen, he has a little bit of a record right now of specifically knocking out minority.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I believe
Oh,
he's
shit.
the one who dropped Jubilee.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And then he just head kicked Nasrat Hakparast, right? And he
Gotcha.
was gonna fight this Chinese fellow. So it
All
looks
the
like the UFC
Asian
was
people.
fucking was starting to push that narrative. But shout out to Jamie for stepping in. He was at least game for the fight. He wasn't a pussy.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
I thought it was gonna go longer. I'll be honest. They didn't
I
think
didn't.
based on how it was going at the beginning. I was like, oh, it might take a while. But he
They're
got the
feed,
job
they
done.
wanna feed Quillen because Quillen is actually an Australian who deserves to be in the UFC, not just for his nationality. What a surprise!
There you go, bro. We gotta see where it
What a
takes him.
shocking turn of events, Mister Green.
2028, the year of Quillen, dude.
I figured like
2027, maybe.
7. I think because dead ass, if he actually stays active and puts together at least 2 more wins this year, like sooner or later he's got to be ranked.
You would think, bro. You would.
Yeah, I would.
It's only like one of those things where he takes all the time off, and
Yeah.
then he just clicks the momentum.
Well, I think that was a fantastic transition to our next one, Mr. Man, because that was our blob fight of the night, tied to Ivasa and Taliesin Teixeira. Now, Taliesin, the reason it was a good transition about taking time off is because that's kind of what he did
During the
against.
fight.
Well, you're absolutely right. He is still a blob. I mean, they made a point to mention he's never been on the stool before in his whole career.
Oh.
Like all his fights ended in the first round, including him getting knocked out to Derek Lewis in 40 seconds.
Damn.
So he took some time off, recuperated, and you know what? He did piece up Ty a lot, and I will say, if Ty had more cardio,
Yeah.
he probably could have stole the win.
Yeah, it was a good fight though. I mean, for a blob.
For a blob fight, yeah.
For the blob.
So run me Ty and my boy Shamil next, Green Man. I'm ready.
Ooh, that's a blob.
I think the UFC's ready. The UFC's fucking ready, dude. Both those bellies shaking. You saw Ty's belly shaking.
I saw it, bro. I saw it.
That's the fight to make, right?
Yeah.
But as for Taliesin, I'm not sure where you go from here. I think he needs to start building up more of a resume because, unfortunately, a win against Ty in 2026 is cool, but it doesn't mean what it once did. You know,
True.
brother's 15-9 now.
Damn. That's pretty
Yeah,
bad, dude. I mean, it's not
he's,
bad,
ne-
bad, but yeah.
he's never gonna get cut from the UFC. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they're gonna keep him around for these hemisphere cards. You
Right.
know,
Yeah, he
but
sells. I just haven't
yeah,
seen a Shui in so long, bro.
because he hasn't won. Yeah, if he would have won, probably. You know.
Yeah. Now I'm just
But
waiting
yeah.
for that day to come.
So Green Man, who picked whom?
Your boy Greeny picked Ty. Gray Man picked Teixeira.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Green Man.
That's cool,
Like,
man.
what can I say? I just know ball.
I just don't want
You
you to
know.
say anything, you know?
Listen, we're not sponsored by Prize Picks or anything like that, but I'm just saying, if you would have happened to listen to our prediction video, our 325 predictions, and you trusted in Gray Man, you were running it up today, dude. That's
You were
all I'm
running
saying.
it up.
You were running it up tonight.
But moving on from that one, it was like some time off, you know, go get your snacks, go take a pee break, you know. We come back to one of the main fights of the card, right?
Yes,
Top
sir.
three, we're in the top three cards. The co-main to the co-main, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fiziev and Rufi. Now this was promised to me 1,000 years ago that that fight was gonna be a banger, you know?
Yeah,
Was it a banger? No,
but it wasn't bad.
it wasn't bad. Now I
Yeah,
was
it
telling
was actually
Grayman this
pretty
off
solid.
camera. I was telling Grayman that I feel like the only reason we found it entertaining was because of the name value, right? So name value, like, made us want to watch it because we want to see who won based off the rankings, who fights next. You know, Rufi's climbing his way up. We want to see
We know
him.
Rufi's got some cool knockout potential, and Fiziev's always down for a scrap.
Right.
So, on paper, shout out Anthony
On
Smith.
paper.
This looked pretty promising, like a juicy little squap.
Yeah, and it was good. I was entertained, but I was kind of
Yeah.
like I was rooting for Fiziev, so I was.
I feel like most MMA fans were. Like, Rufi does have his fan base, of course. I was going to mention the fighting nerds, but apparently he didn't even train with them this time,
Yeah.
you know. And he trained with Volkanovski, so I wonder what's going to happen there. But
Interesting stuff happening over at the Fighting Nerds.
Zeev is certainly a fan favorite, right? I think we could say that pretty confidently.
Yeah, yeah, he fights
Yeah,
cool.
so,
He looks cool,
yeah.
and yeah.
But shout out Rufi though, man. He brought the fight. He didn't back down.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was picking his shots. He was fighting more reserved than he usually does, in my opinion.
Correct. Especially in that second round, because Fiziev was up 1-0.
Yeah.
So it wasn't exactly a come from behind win, but it was good from Rufi. He didn't just check out. He stayed in with a grizzled vet and showed that he could bang. The one thing is BSD revealed a grappling weakness, right? So we're gonna have to see if he ever fights a grappler again. Who knows?
Tell me this,
Lightweight.
dude. Rufi had Charles Oliveira.
On a Brazil card?
Dude, that would feed families.
If Holloway beats Oliveira, and they maybe want to give Oliveira, he's not that old to be fair, so I don't know if he'll retire, right? But I could see them maybe doing that on like a Brazil card, like a nice hype fucking, like let's get the people to actually stay the full card kind of thing, and not like those Aldo cards when people just leave after the Aldo fight, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully, man.
We'll see, man. Only time can tell if he keeps up winning, and then the stars
Down
align.
Yeah, and it'll be good. I was just wanted to check real quick the status of the lightweight division. So, right, Rufi would probably get bumped up where Fiziev is at 9. And yeah, realistically, yeah, you don't want to feed Paddy Pimblett to him. I don't think you want to do that to either of the guys, Rufi or Paddy Pimblett. Definitely not BSD. He's on to bigger and better things.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah, I think Rufi is just kind of in a little weird spot right now where I think, especially because Hooker lost, I think if Dan's down for that, that could be a decent scrap.
I mean, I just don't like putting a winner against a loser. That's my one
100%. But you do have to think about rankings, though. Did you hear that?
What?
My freaking bug zapper got a juicy one, dude.
Oh, and then I hear that, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. The mic don't have that much pickup. Who did he call out? I forget who Rufi called out. He called out someone.
Don't tell me.
I can't tell you. I don't know.
He
But
called
yeah,
that. It's driving me insane.
but I see what you mean about a loser versus a winner. But I think was it Michael
Oh,
Chandler? I think
Michael
he might
Chandler.
have
Yeah, yeah, it
called
was
it. I
Michael
think he
Chandler.
called him Michael Chandler.
Uncle
I
Chandler.
guess. I guess. You know, but like,
Oh, for the White House. White
you
House. Put
know,
him on there. Put him on there, dude. I'd see that. I'd watch that.
Rufy would bring the fight. So you know, here's to Mauricio. He's down to bring a fun scrap, and he can always bring a nice knockout. So,
Yeah.
and who picked who, Mr. Green?
I picked my boy Fiziev. As I said earlier, well, I was rooting for him. He lost, obviously. Your boy GreyMan, he picked Mauricio Rufy. So congrats to him. So far,
Yeah, man.
undefeated, 3-0 on the main card in terms of picks.
Yeah.
And yeah, congrats so far.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I mean, shit. Shoot. Yeah, I don't want to swear. I don't want to lose that ad revenue, that precious 8 subscriber ad revenue.
Now money's flowing in, dude. I'm keeping it for myself.
Yeah, that's why you're
Greenman's a
the
little
green
goblin, bro.
for sure. But yeah, we just keep it running.
Keep it running. All right, going on. Co-main
All right,
event.
so we got 2 fights left, Mr. Green.
2 fights left. Co-main, we got Dan Hooker, Benoit Saint-Denis. This was promised to be a great one, based off the name value. We know Benoit was gonna come in for that takedown. I wanted to bet the over 1.5 takedowns. I didn't do it though because I thought he could get it done in one takedown. One takedown was all he needed.
Dan Hooker is such a funny fighter.
Why?
Like he survived, tried to grapple with Benoit, but Benoit had those awesome rolls out of the fucking headlocks. He was just better, but at the same time, Dan wasn't looking outclassed either. Like you see what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even when he was getting ground and pounded, like you feel bad. Like basically, if that all happened like 15 seconds later, and there was like 5 seconds left of just a ground and pound, I think Herb Dean would have kept the fight going.
I think so.
But
Yeah.
because he clearly would have like taken shots for 15 seconds, you can't justifiably do that because he's been already taking shots for like 30 seconds prior. So
True.
you know he's getting grounded, pounded, fights off, and he just gets up and smiles. That's Dan Hooker.
Yeah, he got up right away, dude.
So he brings the fight and he brings the grit, but Benoit is a real one, dude. Which begs the question, Green Man, just how good is the Diamond?
Let me tell you, man. He should have been the champion. He should have been the champion.
Diamond's him, man.
I don't know what happened, bro, but shit happens. That's all you can say.
I had original aspirations prior to this about Benoit and Armin potentially being a very good fight. After what you saw here, Green Man, what do you think about Benoit's chances against Armin Sarukian in particular in the grappling game?
Slim.
Because Benoit's does got some agile get-outs. You know,
he does, but Armin's that guy, dude. I think
he out-grappled the MMA guru, bro. Like that's a tough achievement.
That's tough, man. That's like
that is tough.
I only dream of out-grappling the guru.
Oh, I'm sure you dream of a lot about the guru, Mr. Greenman.
Yeah, y'all already know.
Of course, dude.
But speaking of Armin Sarukian, Dana, I need you to listen up, man. You robbed the Armenians off a main event in Anaheim.
Okay.
Bring it back. Bring it back, please. I want to go one more time, please.
Dude, my issue would just be Armin because Armin seems to jeopardize every opportunity he's given.
Yeah,
like prior to the back incident, I forgot who he fought, but it was the fight where he fucking was coming out and got into a scrap with a fan, and then had to be on like that 6-month probation. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
And then after that is the back injury against fucking Islam. Islam, right? Yeah. Dude, that fight would have fed families thinking about it. But
it would have.
Yeah, and then headbutts and breaks Dan Hooker's nose at the fucking weigh-in.
Yeah.
Because Dan Hooker said his nose was broken from that.
Oh, true. He did say that after. Like,
yeah. So fucking, if this dude is jeopardizing every opportunity given to him, Dana's not gonna play that shit. Like, he already let John Jones. He let John Jones get away with it. He's not gonna let fucking more people. Like, that's just not how Dana operates.
Yeah, and I'm with that personally, dude. Like, if you're gonna mess up that many, possibly mess up that many events back to back, like, what are you doing? If it was anyone else, released.
True. But Armin is the definition of privilege.
Yeah,
like in multiple ways.
Yeah, you don't have to be white to have that Dana White privilege, you know?
Oh yeah, or the rich privilege.
Oh,
Bro's
yeah.
got rich boy, you know,
He
like,
doesn't have to fight, too, yeah.
but he chooses for fun, which I guess is cool, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we all need a career,
that's
and
true. Something to put your time into. But
But
yeah,
where do you go from here with Benoit, Green Man? Because brother's on a run right now.
generational run, some might say.
Eh, Depending on who you give him next, I mean, could he possibly receive the loser of Holloway and Oliveira? Instead of Rufi Oliveira, maybe we get Benoit and Oliveira.
The winner.
What you mean?
No, because the winner of that fight's gonna fight Gaethje for the title, huh?
That's what I'm thinking. So the loser of that would
Yeah,
probably get Benoit. Or the other thing why I brought up Armin is if Armin's a real one, he would do a Benoit fight
right,
because I don't think the UFC would put him for the title except against Taporia.
right, right.
So they're gonna wait for Ilya. So if Armin's a real one, he would risk it and challenge and fight Benoit. And if Benoit beats Armin, you can't deny him a spot. And if Armin beats Benoit, you can't deny him, and Armin can just sit out until he gets a title fight at that point. Like,
Yeah,
because that's a very good win.
yeah, I like that. Benoit versus Armin, I like that. I can get behind
Yeah.
that.
So
Dana, give us
Armin
what we want.
and Armin lock in
Maybe in Anaheim? Question mark.
in Southern California. Yeah, that's a decent option.
Yeah, they always go. They've been coming to SoCal once a year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But they haven't gone this year yet.
No,
They haven't been
2026
announced.
has just started, so there is a chance.
Yeah, but they haven't announced it yet. I feel like they should.
They have been early on because that Armin card where he pulled out was in a January,
Right.
and the Taporia where he beat Volk was in a February. So
Yeah.
they usually would have been announced by now. I see what you're saying.
But we're just waiting.
But who picked whom in this fight, Mr. Green?
I picked Dan Hooker. You picked BSD. You're
Man,
undefeated so far.
man,
I'm just kicking the can at this point, dude.
I'm sorry, bro. You were just picking for the vibes, apparently.
I was picking fan favorites for my favorites. I was
Yeah.
picking
No, I
based
mean,
off who I thought was gonna win, so I wanted to win.
before this match, right? Like, obviously they're not the same type of grapplers, but Benoit has been known for his grappling caliber,
Yeah.
and like you just knew that would be the edge against Dan. And to be
Yeah.
fair, he beat Dan with grounded pound, right? He incorporated a lot of striking,
Yeah.
but he knows how to play to his strength. So I think him and Armin would actually just be a very fascinating, especially if both guys are healthy, would be a very fascinating scrap.
Yeah, I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Sign me up, dude.
And then yeah, I would do Hooker and Rufy.
Uh,
Why not? I
uh,
know
yeah.
Hooker's coming off of 2 losses. I'm aware, but it's Dan. He's on a separate echelon where he's allowed to fucking.
He's
Get
a
these
legend, but he's
fights.
getting older, dude. He's
That's
getting
why you got to
older.
do it sooner than later, and especially if Rufy gets a KO on him, that would be good for Rufy's resume.
That's
Because
true.
who else does he fight, dude? Like when you're just
I
looking
looked at
at,
the list. I don't know.
I can see why he called out Chandler.
Yeah, there's no one on the
But
list, dude.
does he want to bully Beneil?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I'm Beneil and I think I could win, I'd take that. But at the same time, Rufy's gonna be ahead of Beneil now, so I don't know if he'd want to lower himself. I don't know what the fuck Moicano is doing anymore. Does he have a
Yeah.
fight announced?
I don't think so.
I hope he does, because I know he's just become a fucking streamer for the most part after that Islam fight. Bro got to be in a headline title fight and was like, I'm good, man.
Yeah. He made his
Right,
money
he
and
was-
he bounced, dude.
He was supposed to fight Brian Ortega.
He pulled out? Or
Brian
pulled-
Ortega withdraws, yeah.
Ooh. Probably waiting for that one.
So
That's the money
there you
fight
go.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Benoit took that dub. Your boys 0-4 in the main event. 1-0. 1-3. You're 4-0. Then we head into the main event. So
Main event, man.
I was
Hometown Volk.
at this point, I was bummed out. I was like, I don't think this card delivered to what I was expecting it to deliver,
I
and
feel you.
my vibes paid the consequences.
I mean, it's a tough thing, right? Because when you look like result to result, like there was some good stuff, right? A Neko. But like obviously the early prelims, right? Like those were whatever,
Right.
not really great, right? The
Right.
prelim card was I, right? So
Yeah.
I told Green Man going in that the main event or main card had some heavy lifting to do, right?
You
And
did say that.
Quillen delivered. The Blob fight was unfortunately not a knockout. I was hoping to share it with knockout Ty, but that didn't happen, right? Rufy does knock out Fiziev, and Benoit gets a TKO, excuse me, and Benoit gets a TKO over Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
So when you read it, it's actually on paper sounds fun,
On
right?
paper, but we all know Anthony Smith, and on paper
You
and
had
everything.
Yeah, you had to just watch the flow of stuff, right? And
Yeah.
it wasn't exactly like just an all-time like classic scrap, right? Like
Right.
Luffy picked his spot, Quillen just dominated basically, and Benoit picked his spots too, right? Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like point to the ground Gaeth G Holloway banger, right? But
Right.
guys got the job done, so
True.
it's
I mean,
overall.
they got
But
paid. They're there to get paid. That's
yeah,
the whole other concept. Guru's talking about how fighters don't deserve to get paid because then they don't fight. They don't
or
put on
that NFL
performances.
money, yeah,
Yeah, they don't
they're
deserve
asking
that.
for NFL money,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you like NFL money, yeah, sure. If you fight once every week, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like maybe some guys like Shama
Yeah,
who were like bringing in that type of revenue and stuff, but
he
yeah,
had
not
motion.
most guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
but as for basically any UFC fan, right? If you ask them about the prospective main event of Lopez and Volkanovski 2,
yeah,
I feel like it basically went like anyone thought it would. No,
yeah. I'll be honest. That fight, I was in my head. I was like, I think Diego's gonna figure him out. TKO, easy peasy. That's what I was
making a
thinking.
skew.
But it played out exactly like the first fight. It was
Yeah,
slow,
and
methodical. It was like a chess
yeah,
game. Alexander ended up edging it out. Commentary was saying it how it was more dominant this time. I don't remember how the last one went,
neither
but
did they. I can tell you neither. They just say shit.
yeah,
You
I
know.
believe you.
Like,
So
well, there's times where it's like genuine analysis,
yeah.
but there are times where they just say shit to say shit,
Oh,
and I
100%.
believe that was one of them. Because this basically was a carbon copy, well, not a carbon copy, because this time Diego's last minute clutch wasn't a flurry of strikes; it was a last minute Kimura attempt, right? So
True.
it's not exactly the same, but anyone thought that it would be like this, right? If you had any sort of ball knowledge.
Yeah, true. He almost had that armbar at the
Yeah,
end.
he
Yeah,
did.
he almost had it, but Volk is that guy, bro.
And just featherweight is at such a division, right? Lerone Murphy's a fabricated contender. You can't fucking like justifiably have given him this title shot. And Evloev is inactive. Like, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know whose fault that is. I don't know if that's his fault or USC's fault. Like, if Evloev only fights in the Middle East or in Europe or something, I don't fucking know.
Right.
But Diego was the only contender with motion.
Yeah.
So you had to do it, and it just felt like we're walking into a foregone conclusion, and we did.
Yeah.
Like what was cool because I compared it to a bit to Marab and O'Malley too. At least in the second one, there was a finish. You know,
Yeah.
with Marab and O'Malley too, there was a finish in the second. Marab
It
actually
was
tapped
fast.
it out.
It was a fast finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and instead of like this being a slow walk to what we all knew the outcome of.
Yeah.
So
100%.
shout out Volk, man. He's still got
Old
steam in
man's
the
got
tank.
it, bro.
I don't know where that retirement talk. That was just social media being stupid,
No,
I
for
guess.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had whom on the scores? Just out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity, Gray Man had Volk and Green Man had Diego.
I respected you for picking Diego.
Well, this one I didn't go with my heart because my heart wanted Volk to win, but my head told me Diego's gonna win for sure. You know, at
See,
the end of it
you'd
all,
think it would have been the other way around.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just thought Volk was older. I really thought
True.
Diego was gonna win it, bro.
He's been cooking with Volk and filming Street Fighter for the past 9 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right? Obviously, he had a training camp, but the question about Volk is just going to be when the age finally is enough and the rust
yeah,
starts to show. And it all depends on who the fighter is because against a grappler, his counter grappling still seems pretty solid,
yeah.
right? And there's no like Makachev to worry about for him, right? At least I don't believe so. I mean, Evloyev's a grappler, right? But I
Right.
don't really. You could do that next, I guess. But I genuinely genuinely feel like they're either gonna go with Aljo or Yair again.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Honestly, I'll see the Aljo. I would like to see the Aljo one, but I don't know if they will go with that. I don't know what streak
I
Aljo's on.
personally think I personally think Aljo and Yair should fight each other.
There you go. We're gonna test
Aljo,
out Volk, dude.
but Yair's kind of a pussy right now. Like,
Yeah.
he's
Well,
pulling the Gaeth G sit and wait strategy, and I'm afraid the UFC is gonna give it to him.
he's a pussy right now. He's always been. He's always been ducking, dude. His whole career,
Yeah,
he's always been ducking.
especially against Diego. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's just it's just how he is. He wants to pick his fight specifically. In my opinion, just cut him. But whatever.
but he's the Mexican star, so
That's true.
he's one there. At least he's like got some good talent, but he would never get cut regardless at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's true. But yeah, at the end of it all, we tallied up. Gray Man out of 13 fights.
Yeah, let me know, Slime.
Yeah, after 13 fights, you guessed 12 correctly, sir. 12 out of 13. Green Man, you on the other hand are 6 and 13
Oh
on
man,
predictions. Now this is the first time we've done this. There's so many. The year is still young. We're just
it's
in
a 1-0
January.
for Gray, man, and you know what that means? You owe me a Dr. Pepper, Mr. Green Man.
You already drank 2 today. What the heck?
Oh, well, those are my Dr. Pepper, Mr. Green. I want your Dr. Pepper.
You want my Dr. P?
Maybe.
I got you, bro. I'll send it. I'll send it Amazon shipping.
But let me ask you, man, if you either out of 5, out of 10, whatever, what is your grade for UFC 325 in Sydney?
Out of 10, dude, 7.
That's, I think, what we gave UFC 324, right?
Yeah, same. I would say same
Yeah.
shit, dude. I think we need a
Same,
we need
same
a
shit,
card.
different coat of paint, you know?
Yeah, we need a card where the prelims actually deliver, just to
Yeah.
set it up for the. Because this time we were like hoping the main event would pick it up, you know?
You know, they were certainly catering
Yeah.
to that demographic for most of those early
Hold
cards,
on,
right?
hold on. Here, my brother's yelling and shit.
Gotcha.
And they might fix it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it did. I was gonna
Say
just
something.
keep talking and have you like mute yourself, but if it keeps happening,
I go for
but
it.
since we're already, well, we'll cut it already. So.
Yeah. Okay. So restart it though. What you were saying?
What and with UFC 324's early prelims, for example, right? You had situations where, you know, like the Hockett fight was cool and Ty Miller, right? But there were at least finishes, you know. Besides that one, like, Hail Mary knee, the early prelims were already not setting a good pace, right? And then the prelims on the 324, right? Like, they had some. Yeah, oh yeah, that Umar. Oh yeah, oh that I just seen that Umar fight, and it's already like, oh yeah, Elikana and Tafa cleared that already. So, you know, it's a tale of two cards. Like, again, they both had extreme hype. 324 was the first card of the year. It's been 6 weeks. First card on Paramount. So there was a lot more expectation for that card. With 325, you know, it was sort of looking like on paper a 7 out of 10 potential card, and I think it delivered on its potential. What do you think about that, Greenie? You're muted.
Did it deliver on its potential? I would say no.
Okay.
I would say it could have. It had more potential, but am I satisfied? I think the only reason I'm satisfied is because it's Paramount Plus. I paid the whole year, one time.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Plus, I got the 50% off student discount. 50%
That's
off.
nice.
Keep that in mind. So, if this was a pay per view and I dropped 80 for it, because you know I'm a man of God,
Okay.
I don't rip it off the internet. You know, I'm not a criminal.
You don't even have internet.
Exactly. See my planet got fucking antennas, bro. I'm
I
asking
know.
Elon Musk to come give me his fucking his.
Meat.
Anyways, yeah, these cats are fighting, dude. They're not
Oh,
fighting.
man.
They're playing in the background. I wonder if they can pick it up. But yeah, I think if I paid $80 for these cards, I would be sad. I'd be like, I can't believe I
There's a
paid for
level
this.
of that, 100%.
But honestly, shout out to UFC, shout out Paramount Plus. They made my ability to enjoy a card even better. One, it's better than ESPN. Two, it's also better than ripping it off the web. So I'm a happy camper, dude. I'm a happy camper.
That certainly does contribute, right? But at least just from a pure card perspective, you
7
know,
out of 10.
they've been like 324 certainly feels like more of an under deliver because I think there's a lot more hype for that.
Yeah.
With this one, right, like you are, like I just said, you're looking and it's just like, okay, Aussie, 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 let's get the Aussie money. But yeah, and with the UFC 325 in Australia, it just always felt to me like it was gonna be mid again because Lopez could just never do that decisive difference. Like if Volk chin was weaker, that
Yeah.
was all that Diego had. But
Yeah.
because it basically went like I expected, I'm not like dissatisfied because it's went how I expected, right?
Right.
So far, not the hottest start to the Paramount era, but
I
it's
agree.
not a dud. It's not a failure so
Right.
far. It's not an F grade.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, satisfied though.
I would say yeah, overall. And when is our next? Okay, so our next number card isn't until March 7th.
Correct.
So we're gonna have to go through February with a few fight nights. Now, the one in particular I'm looking forward to is not the next one, but the one after. That's where our boy Fluffy going against Sean Strickland,
Okay.
and that's one that I'm actually looking forward to.
Now I'm gonna keep it real with you, Gray Man. When it comes to these fight nights, um, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with the crowd in the back. Um, I had the privilege of being able to be home to watch these fights, but
Yes,
I probably
sir.
won't have that privilege in the near future for a while.
Right.
So only main. I'm down to do only main card breakdown. Only main card.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prelims are pretty ass. They've always been ass. There's some cool ones probably, but I
There's
think we
some
got
there's
to
some
put the
deep
mains.
fight nights.
Yeah. When it comes to fight nights, just mains.
Yeah. Oh yeah, main cards of fight nights.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Perfect.
Unless it's one of those like rare fucking like dream prelim cards where everyone gets a knockout because it's two cans against each other. But
Right.
yeah, otherwise, yeah. So that was UFC 325 in Sydney, Australia. And if you've made it this far, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Gibby and Gimpy, we appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, we're here for you guys. You guys are here
Of
for
course.
us. You know, it's like
And we're all here for UFC, baby.
you guys need us, we need you. We're a parasocial relationship in this planet. So please come back.
Symbiotic. Yeah.
Symbiotic. We're something. You know, we feed off of you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feed off of us. Lechita, lechita. But yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, all right. Everybody who watched that fight, hope y'all enjoyed our little breakdown, little fun, little prediction, and going over our predictions and stuff. And yeah, great man, sign us out.
Yeah, we're out of here. Take care.